She could be straight butt naked walking in the room ready. Nah, Ma, it's not happening. We not doing this. Not at all. You understand? He gotta be more man than that. He gotta be more of a stand-up dude than that. That's not no local shit. That's not no regular shit. That's Faith Evans, AKA the former Mrs. Biggie Smalls, the Notorious B.I.G.
Jen Deal is out here holding it down, staying true to the bro code and keeping his loyalty to Biggie 100%. He's calling out Stevie J, labeling him a snake for getting involved with Biggie's ex-wife, Faith Evans, and child. And Jen's not standing alone. Plenty of people are backing him up. Everyone knows Faith was married to Biggie, and that Stevie J wasn't just some random guy. He was an associate of Big too, so people aren't exactly waiting around for receipts to support Jen. Now, Stevie J and Faith had a 25-year friendship before they ever started dating, and they'd worked together musically even back when Faith was still married to Biggie. But according to Jen Deal, Stevie's interest in Faith didn't just spark after Big passed. He claims Stevie had been making slick moves on Faith from the jump, even while Biggie was alive. Gene said he's seen Stevie follow Faith into rooms, and the whole thing just felt sneaky from day one.
Looking at her all the time. I knew you ran to the room. You ran to see Faith.
So was Stevie J really chasing after Faith while she was still married to Biggie? Even though he was supposed to be Biggie's friend? We can't say for sure, but if it's true, it definitely explains why Stevie ended up marrying Faith Evans later on. That's why so many people believe Stevie J has been playing the betrayal card from the beginning. Like one fan put it, he a snake. These the friends you gotta watch. He been plotting from jump. Another point Jen Deal made that really fired people up was when he said that if Stevie and Faith had to be together, it would have been less outrageous if they kept it private. But going public with it, knowing full well that Faith was Biggie's wife, that just crossed a line.
He was gonna just slide with her and lay with her here and there and not be out in the public eye and let nobody know, then all right, it is what it is. But to go and knowing that you wasn't gonna do right, knowing that you wasn't right, knowing that you ain't have a pot to piss in and a boot to pour it out, knowing that there's nothing that you could do, come on, bruh. Yo, that nigga was foul for that, bruh. He was foul in so many different ways to deal with his.
But guess what? Stevie J doesn't seem to care one bit about all the talk. That man is completely unbothered by what people are saying. When asked how he feels about the backlash over his relationship with Faith, he stood firm and defended himself. He said that after Biggie passed, there were other men in Faith's life, and then eventually a good guy came along. According to him, that good guy was him.
We were broken up,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and she got remarried,
Yes.
right? And had a few boyfriends in between that. Then comes a good guy.
Okay.
It's like
It's like a statute of
no,
limitations.
wait. Yeah. I mean, you can say that, but it's like, you know, there's few to none guys like me out here.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And there ain't too many of me out here. You know what I'm saying? So the real is back.
Y'all, does Stevie J even understand what people are mad about? Because let's be real, ain't nobody out here complaining that Faith needed a good guy. And those other men she dated after Biggie, they weren't Biggie's friends. That's the real issue. The streets are saying Stevie J broke the bro code. Dating your late friend's wife, that's betrayal, plain and simple. And what fans want to hear isn't some cute justification. They want to hear what he has to say about that. But let's not act like Stevie J is the only one catching heat. Faith Evans isn't exactly dodging the backlash either. Fans are really coming for her. They're pointing out that Stevie J has 6 kids by multiple women and a history of not supporting them. Yet, despite that, Faith still chose to get involved with him. People are saying that decision says a lot about her character. And if that wasn't messy enough, it gets even juicier. Some folks are bringing up that old rumor. Yep, the one about Faith allegedly cheating on Biggie with his rival, Tupac. That rumor started years ago when Pac invited Faith to a studio for a collab. Next thing you know, the word on the street was that they hooked up. Tupac definitely added fuel to the fire when he dropped that brutal diss track, Hit 'Em Up, where he rapped first off, F your B and the clique you claim. "You claim to be a player, but I fed your wife." That line shook the whole industry and sparked a serious controversy that never fully died down. While there's still no hard proof that Faith and Pac were ever intimate, some close sources have spoken out. Former Outlaws member Napoleon once did an interview where, when asked about Faith visiting Tupac at Can-Am Studios in Tarzana, he laughed and said, "Yeah, bro, but I don't want to get into this. She was somebody's wife." Sounds like he was dodging the details, but still confirming something went down. Then there's rapper Spice One, who didn't hold back at all. He said straight up that Faith was laying low with Tupac, and that while Biggie may have loved her, Faith and Pac were on a whole different kind of vibe. According to him, they were F-buddies, no love, just hookups. Now, hearing all that, fans are saying this isn't just one messy moment, it's a pattern. They're accusing Faith of being the type who would mess around with her man's rival, then later get with his industry associate. And that's exactly why so many people are side-eyeing her relationship with Stevie J. It's not just about Stevie, it's about her choices too. Gin Deal chimed in on the whole situation and said it's shocking. He even suggested there might be some substance abuse behind Faith's decisions because, in his words, it's wild. Remember, Stevie J wasn't just some random guy. He was close to Biggie, even producing some of the love songs Faith sang for Biggie. Now that same man ends up with her. It's all just messy.
Funny at Stevie J, cornball at Stevie J, was anybody that I could ever see after knowing the dudes that Faith used to be around and used to be with. Now she's dealing with Stevie J. Yo, bruh, a hell of a, is a hell of a, cause there's no way that a person that helped you produce music for your ex-husband and produce music for you singing your love to Big is a type of dude that you want to go back and be with them.
One fan didn't hold back, saying, "For Faith Evans to marry a known cheater who doesn't even remember how many kids he has and doesn't support any of them says a lot about her too." That same fan backed Gin Deal's claims, adding, "He never lied. Stevie J is dirty." But now let's bring it to y'all. What do you really think about this whole situation? Do you believe Stevie J had his eye on Faith back when she was still married to Biggie? Is it really that deep that he ended up dating her, knowing he was Biggie's associate and close to the family? And what about the old rumor? Do y'all think Faith actually messed around with Tupac while still with Biggie? Could that explain why getting with Stevie J didn't seem like a big deal to her? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what y'all really think.